got some lights that come on in the evenings, but they're not like grow lights or they're not strong enough. They're just enough.
I have two south facing, just like kind of like so like they're south facing, so they actually get a decent amount of winter light. So I just put a bunch of like hooks there, so I can hang a bunch of hanging baskets right in front of those, and that's
It's weird how some of this stuff is.
Begonias are a lot of begonias are now in the basement. Some thrive in that cold and neglected, and then some just like they get mildew or because of the mildew growing on my basement beams. Maybe I'm gonna do a grow tent.
And then my Eppies and kind of thrive down there. They all bloomed back in February, March. And a lot of begonias were doing good, but boy, I had a couple of Hoyas down there, and that was a mistake.
Yeah.
Too cold.
Oh yeah, the Hoyas.
Yeah, I finally figured out a great soil mix for my Hoyas, and my Hoyas are now doing fabulous.
So what are you doing with them?
So I had these like little glass balls that, you know, they're like the terrariums, the little glass balls that you hang.
Oh yeah,
The little things there. So I had some Ipsalises that I planted in there, and I would do a layer of moss, a layer of my soil mix, moss, soil, make like a stack layer, and keep it really loose. And my Ipsalises were doing great planted in there. So I thought, well, let me experiment and put some Hoya. And I'm like, well, this shouldn't work because they need a lot of air, and these are kind of enclosed. No, they're just going nuts. They're going nuts. And now they're outside, and they're under my tree. I've got, I took wire, took some heavy duty wire and wrapped it around my deck. And then I just took hooks and hung it on the wire. And then I took some chain and looped it, so I've got like a second time to go down. And they're just loving it in there, and I barely water them. Like they get rainwater. And then if it gets super, super hot for like a week or two, I check to see how much water's in the ball. And if there isn't any in there, I fill it up. And they seem to love it.
So like a layer of sphagnum moss.
It's a layer of just of the sphagnum moss, yeah.
Okay.
And then the mix.
Probably mix like extra stuff.
Yeah, I have like, I think my mix currently is Happy Frog, cocoa chips, and then I do chicken grit, crushed oyster shell, and then I do biochar.
Any perlite or
No perlite.
have you ever used neem seed meal?
So I have used neem seed meal.
Heard of that recently.
I've used that. I don't use it in with the Hoyas because I know Hoyas are sensitive to neem oil. And anytime I use my bug spray on the Hoyas, because my bug spray has neem oil in it, it killed my Hoyas. So I'm hesitant to use neem meal in the soil, but I have used it, and that is what got my cookery bug free. Is I put.
Oh, I've heard it's more like, or there's like nutrients in it.
There's nutrients in it, but there's also like an antifungal, anti-buggy thing with it too, because it's the leftover from neem oil.
Well, I heard it was like, it's the hull of the neem seed or something.
The stuff I got is just whatever's left over from the crushing process to be.
So then mix.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's like the left, like they crush. I heard it was kind of more like the husk of the seed from when they husk the seed and then crush the seed for the oil, but maybe it's that.
Yeah,
crushed part of the seed,
this is like the
the
crushed fiber.
fibers part.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I threw it in. I made a special batch. Yeah, I made a special batch of it, stuck it in with the cookery when I repotted it last, which was about 2 years ago. I think this will be the second growing season coming up. And within 2 months, it has not had a single bug since.
Oh, good.
Single bug, has not had any. Because that's what I heard. I heard it was good for like bug stuff.
Yeah, I heard it's like a nutrient kind of thing.
It could be. But like I've got a mix. I found the place on,
What's it called again?
it's neem meal
Or neem seed meal.
or neem seed meal.
Okay.
Yeah. Because I got it from a place on Etsy. Because the same place had.
Well, I saw like someone selling their specialty soil mixes, and like they had like Montserrat begonias,
Yeah.
Marantase, and others.
Yeah.
Like a lot of them all had this neem seed meal. I'm like, oh, it's-
Yeah. the place I got it from on Etsy, they also sold things like feather meal and blood meal and coat meal
Amazon.
and stuff like that. So they had a coupon code I had at one time for Etsy, so I just bought a bunch of stuff. And aside from the neem meal, I put everything else in a big jar, and I call that Mouse's Magic, and I dump a couple handfuls.
Whenever you're mixing up soy and stuff.
Yeah, but I don't use the neem seed on anything that doesn't have, that's for Hoyas.
Memory systems.
Yeah.
Improve plant immunity and balance nutrient levels.
Yes.
So, yeah.
It's one of those things that like people are trying to find ways of using leftovers
Yeah.
and finding good things for leftovers.
And more natural versus the
Mhm.
chemicals, I'm sure.
Because that's one reason why I use the Repti-Chip stuff.
Let's go ahead and get started. This webcam thing is going to be the metaphorical death of me. The webcam. I hate using the cameras on this. It never really works out on YouTube. Like it's frozen right now, but it's still saying that it's live and the audio is tracking. But whatever. I don't really care right now. All right, so I guess we can start treasury report.
653.65. I just deposited under that today, so it'll be available like tomorrow. But that was just what I said I was going to deposit last time. So that was from the pop-up sale, my plant donations, and then Valerie's membership fee. So
Wait, who?
Valerie, she's my friend who used to live in Texas. She bought a plant from me, and then she's like, "Oh, I'm going to join." And so I think she's a member of like 4 different ABS branches or something. She just likes this.
Fair enough.
Yeah, but I don't think there's been any expenses there.
Yeah. Cool. I guess we can review what we need to do for the rest of the year. Because that is fairly important. So next month, officer nominations. How are you feeling, Janelle? In your vice presidency?
I'm fine to stay right here.
So you don't want
I'm not good at coming up with like this
The
kind of
Google
stuff.
Sheets.
The Google Sheet, the paper or the computer technology.
Administrative.
Administrative, I'm not very good at, yes.
She's institutional knowledge.
Yes, I'm
Yeah.
old school and, if I didn't have to do that, then I would say probably yes, but that part I'm just not good at.
Okay. And how are you feeling about your role?
I'm fine to do whatever, wherever people want or need me.
Yeah, because I'm thinking, I have an idea, but I haven't like thought it through in my head.
Okay.
It's more so like, because coming up here every month is rough.
I'll bet it is.
Yeah.
I bet it is,
Um,
yeah.
Which I don't mind doing it, but the fact that if I don't do it, technically we can't have meetings.
I think we can't, we had the virtual option of just like a Zoom or Google Meet.
Right.
You know, and like we're hooking someone's computer up to here, so, and you're just kind of leading or guiding, or if you can't, that's also when the vice president's technically supposed to take over if the president can't make a meeting.
Mhm.
Which, I could do, but setting up
Right.
like a
Yeah.
Zoom thing or something.
I think we figured out, like, if we just want to mirror the laptop on there, I gotta see if I have a cord.
Yeah,
It's gotta hold, yeah, because you just have like your laptop just directly hooked up on there.
yeah, it's just HDMI.
Mine you have different ports than I do.
Yeah, I have one of those, a PC.
But we had figured out before, so yeah, and really I think we need officers, we need to be collaborative anymore, especially when it comes to like programming, like it's not supposed to be all one president to come up and do every program each meeting. You're just kind of supposed to keep people like accountable to, or like assign, you know, things to people, just kind of keep them accountable to that.
Right, and that is the other thing. I have not heard any ideas for anything at all from anyone. So that would also help.
I did just email that Mark guy about doing the Tuber Begonia presentation.
I did. Okay.
So I don't know if he's gonna be able to do it in September, or I said, you know, maybe October could be a possibility. We're just not, we gotta figure out the location if Janelle wants to open up her home again for that, or if we need to like rent.
So is next month the last month here?
Yeah.
This is
Okay.
this is the last month here.
No, I thought September was.
No, we have 10 months.
Oh, you had 9.
It's 9. It's either 9 or 10. I know we definitely have one more.
Okay, because we don't. Cactus Club, this was our last month.
Oh, really? I was, because
I thought it was-
last year.
They
Well,
shortened it again this year?
No, it could be because of where we start our runs. Because we
I thought it was like 9 meetings and maybe you had.
we may have had an extra thing, but yeah, next month, or this is our last month here.
Okay. I'm pretty sure, like it started out when we started as 10 and then now like now
9.
it's only down to 9.
And supposedly they're gonna have changes again in this contract.
And raise our prices again.
I don't know. I asked her, because when I asked her for the details of August meeting, I asked her when they were gonna come up with the contracts, and she said they're in the final stages of it, so it should be soonish.
I think it's usually in September.
September, October, yeah. And she said, yeah, there's gonna be changes again. She's like, I can't say anything, but there's gonna be changes, and I'm just like, because they're gonna be starting the giant rehab or the giant,
Oh.
so who knows? Because I think
Like a
that's,
whole remodel kind of, or?
oh yeah, they had, it's like
I guess I didn't really look at it.
it's like I don't know how many years planned, but I think it's gonna be starting in 2025, 2026. They're redoing the whole Palm House. That's gonna be the front entrance. They're gonna put all underground parking.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Underground
We're
parking.
gonna have underground
Oh, so they're gonna
parking.
build out on the parking lot?
It's gonna be like, so everything's gonna be that way.
Okay.
So the Palm House is gonna get restored. It's gonna get turned into the main entrance. And all the underground parking is gonna be over on that side. They're gonna put in a new entrance. Instead of coming off of Broad, they're gonna come off a different road to help that traffic. And they're gonna be building out the gardens. And I don't know what they're doing with the back parking lot. I don't know if they're gonna keep that as a back parking lot, I don't know if they're gonna do that with gardens or what. But they're basically redoing the whole thing from top to bottom.
Oh, interesting.
Because they theoretically don't own all of Franklin Park.
Oh, they don't.
No, they don't own it. The city owns all of Franklin Park. The conservatory manages the park on behalf of the city. And these community gardens and stuff are kind of like a hybrid.
Oh, wow.
Like they kind of own this area, but they kind of don't own the area.
Okay.
It's a political thing. And apparently conservatory's been trying to buy everything, but the city's been like,
They don't even own the land that the paid part
yeah.
of the building.
Well, they own the paid part.
Okay. That's
Like they own everything that's within that
fence.
fence, they own. The rest of it's
They just manage on.
they manage, and it's in like this space here is kind of in conjunction with. Which makes, because they've been wanting to do something with the two big buildings, the old houses here, and it's a political mess, but I'm guessing that the contracts are gonna be changing because of the stuff that's gonna be going on in there. Guesses, only guesses.
Well, I was thinking, last year we had a meeting here in September, and in my
Yeah.
house, we had like the,
Yeah, we had yours in
yeah,
October, and then we do we go a field trip in November, or we just didn't do anything last November? I don't think we did anything.
No.
but we didn't go to Baker's last.
No. But we do have 9.
That's cool.
That is what's in our contract.
Okay.
So Yeah, so we'll do that, the same way we did last year, September, we'll do the nominations. And then if you're open to having
Sure.
people,
So that's where we'll have the cuttings from the Dallas Fort Worth Pagonia Bank. We'll do a potluck kind of again.
Okay.
We'll also do the challenge plant winner, so I'll get I think I said I would get like a $50 gift certificate to a plant place for the winner of that.
are you talking about the challenge plan from last year?
No, the conchifolia.
Oh, I didn't realize it was a challenge, okay.
Yeah, didn't get written down in the minutes, but I think I said, and I guess I should remember that I would do a $50 gift certificate for them. I mean, just to make it more, I don't know.
If you want to, I am fine with
I
just
mean,
having the fame.
it didn't get written in the minutes, so no one can.
No, I mean, if you choose to, fine. That really doesn't, I don't need it, but like, I do like saying I do it.
Although we'll see what our,
So what are you thinking for yourself next year? You were talking about your kind
we're just talking about getting down here, like, if you can continue as president as remote.
Yeah, so if you want me to, I can continue being president.
Or like we could swap roles or something, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like you be president.
I think do we need a new secretary? Is Sequoia gonna be that active next year?
I have to talk. I haven't talked to her about it. But yeah. So if you would like to.
We are hoping to recruit new members. We talked to Sally Seville. We gotta draft like an email template that will automatically send out to all existing national ABS members that have an Ohio address, and then every time a new person signs up for national ABS membership, they're automatically getting this email from us being like, oh, welcome to ABS. Did you know we have a Central Ohio branch? Here's our meeting info. This is what we do. We'd love to see you at a meeting. Here's our Facebook page. Email us if you have more questions. So, there's probably several dozen at least other folks in Ohio that are national members. So hopefully we can recruit some to join us in person. I think we do actually have the highest membership so far that we've had this year.
ISO membership.
I think we have 12 paid members or something like that.
Yeah.
It's about the highest we've had so far. So anyways, I guess the program for next month, what do you guys want to see or any ideas? I did float, I could do that aquarium vertical conversion. I have not done a sample one yet, but if
Oh, wow.
That'd be kind of cool.
I kind of mentioned I got these aquariums and then I was gonna convert them to where they're vertical. So I got all the acrylic. Where the lid was is now kind of a front opening door, so you can have a really tall terrarium made out of fish tanks, and just kind of the long ones that a lot of my begonias sometimes, So I do have most of the material. I just haven't done I wanted to do a sample one first, and then I guess I was gonna demonstrate. I do have I got two, they 5-gallon tanks, so I was gonna do one as a practice, and then I guess demonstrate one in here.
I mean, I've got one at home if you wanted to do your practice here. I can bring mine in.
You're if you do mine for me.
Yeah.
No, but I will give you. Oh, and I do have a follow-up email I've been meaning to send out from last time that lists the resources for stuff, so I'm gonna get that sent out today or tomorrow.
The resources.
Okay, so I'll do that aquarium build next time.
Okay.
For the programming.
Okay.
I will hold myself to that.
Yeah, I mean, it's. I can even get you an aquarium pretty easily, like a 20-gallon or a 10-gallon.
Yeah, I mean, it's not the planting the plants, it's how you're cutting the acrylic and
Making the door.
making the door and
Okay.
that kind of stuff. I don't know.
Okay.
There was a thing on, Serpa Design.
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of going off
Yeah,
this.
did you see the latest video he had where he used, he used sliding glass panels?
No, I haven't seen it.
And so he built it for his cane frog. But he had
So you figure out like two doors and they kind of slide.
well, it's just a regular sliding doors, but it was how he attached it to the base.
Yeah.
He said he usually uses silicone, but he found this like ultra sticky tape or something that somebody else recommended.
Oh, so it doesn't have to be silicone, it's just a tape.
It's just like a tape, and that's what created that's what kept whatever the black thing is at
On the rim of the frame.
on the rim where
Yeah.
that's what kept that in place. And he said that he found that was,
Oh, that's what they use commercially when they build aquariums, to attach that plastic.
yeah, I don't know. But he said that he used this tape that some other person told him about, and the tape attached the slider track in place, stronger and longer lasting than the silicone. And that might be, because I know with the doors, you also have to have like a track or something that the doors hit up against, right? It's not just glass on glass.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering if
So watch that.
watch that video and see what type of tape he used, because it was cheaper.
Who is it that?
It's Serpa Design.
Serpent Design on YouTube.
SCR.
PA Design, yeah.
It's got a whole bunch of like terrarium
Okay.
builds.
Paludariums.
Paludariums.
Yeah.
Vivariums.
So a lot of them they do for the reptiles, which one of these days. I'm
Yeah, but
gonna-
somebody does just for plants and they're
Okay.
a bit of a simpler setup.
Yeah, and he does a lot of stuff for like amphibians and fish and like some
But
of
he
his.
edits the videos really well, so it's
Well,
not like,
Yeah.
they keep saying when we go to the Indoor Gardens plant show that we should go to reptile show and see the gobies because
Oh, yeah,
they use a lot of them for
they do.
aquariums. So I almost thought I wouldn't mind even just going to the reptile show to check it out, not necessarily bring it myself, just to scope it out to see. But
Yeah, there's a lot of crossover, because there's a lot of people that do the reptile, the bioactive, I guess is what they're calling it, bioactive reptile and amphibian things, like those are popping, like nobody does the old setups anymore. It's all bioactive, and they try to do as much live plants as possible. So anything that works in a terrarium that would be pet safe, I'm sure people would just go gaga over. Because we've got people now asking us if we know any place to get the Nepali cactuses, the spineless and walketless cactus, because people feed it to their turtles and to their reptiles and stuff. And we're like, it's not winter hardy, so you'd have to get it from one of our members that grows it.
yeah.
And now several of our members are growing it just because that's a market they can sell it to. Because they grow super fast in the summertime and stuff.
Janelle, so you're good with the October, do you just want to stick to the same before Sunday at 3:30?
Yeah, we could do that.
Are
And
you-
if we want to do a little earlier, we can, because I
Okay.
know for you, if we wanted to do it like at 2 or something,
Okay, so
maybe just.
tentatively,
I could potentially do two, yeah, I would,
well, do we want to just confirm the date of the fourth Sunday, which is the 27th?
I'm in.
Does that work? And then we can figure out the time next month?
Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah.
Okay. And then we just wanna skip November meeting.
We can do something via Zoom for that one. Rather than in person.
Yeah, I mean, I think we just skipped it last year. I know a lot of clubs just don't meet November or December just because everyone's busy with holiday stuff.
Yeah, I mean, that's fine. I actually don't, oh, wait, it
Which is
depends
like,
on.
the bar in the past, like, if we've done anything, it's just been like a kind of, like a field trip or something.
And
Or
if
like,
that
we don't have to like.
weekend in October isn't good for you, we probably can move it up a week or something to have.
Or we could push that to the beginning of November.
Yeah, I mean, I could do, oh wait, that's October. Yeah, I couldn't do the 4th week because that's, oh wait. Interesting. Okay, no, I could do the 4th week actually.
The November or October?
Both. We have
November.
Sequoia runs a convention, so I have to help her out, but that's the Sunday after Thanksgiving, which would be
No,
the,
it's before Thanksgiving.
no, I'm
Oh,
talking about
perfect.
Sequoia's thing, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, the fourth Sunday in November is the Sunday before right before Thanksgiving.
Right. We can figure that out later since,
Yeah, we have.
yeah, there's no meeting that we have to specifically pay for in that case.
Okay.
So,
Yeah, or if that, we'd have to find a spot.
but, worst comes to worst, we just don't have it. No
Yeah,
big
I mean,
deal.
which is what we did last year. If we do anything, it'll just be a bonus and
Yeah.
it comes up. But I don't think we need to have like a business meeting.
Not to change the subject, but the Orchid Show, did we hear anything?
I
back
haven't
about-
heard from them. I mean, I emailed them a couple months ago and like, we're not, like, they told me like the tentative dates. I'm like, okay, keep us
Because
posted with
it's
your
not that
vendors.
weekend, is it? That was the only thing I was thinking.
Hold on, let me check. Email what he said the tentative date was.
I think it's earlier in October.
Dave, here it is.
They've got it.
The show will be October 19th and 20th,
but- Okay.
with setup on the 18th.
Where is it?
Tentatively, I think at Polaris.
Polaris again.
So that's $100 table fee.
Jeez.
Well, it's kind of better than taking 20% of sales, no offense. I don't know, I'd rather just have a flat fee sometimes, I don't know. Or we could do the Greater Ohio Pop-Up Market. They haven't scheduled October yet because they haven't confirmed. They're trying to get the Dublin Rec Center again, which I guess they've had good turnout when they had their winter pop-ups there. And that's just a $25
Mm.
vendor fee. So Janelle, you still down to sell stuff in October?
Yeah, I can do either.
The Greater Ohio one might be better just because it's cheaper, and then we can sell other stuff if we want to get
Yeah,
rid of our personal collection right now. Like, we'll have,
Yeah,
we have stuff that's,
indoors, right?
well, it'll be indoors in October.
Okay,
yeah.
Dublin. Okay. I mean, either
And
way.
then that's only one day versus the Orchid Society,
Yeah,
it's like
it's
a
2 days.
2.5 day commitment, then we have to like recruit other members and be like, hey, can you come
Right.
work this? So,
Okay.
okay, Janelle, assuming that Greater Ohio Pop-Up Market works for you,
Yeah.
we wanna do that Saturday?
Yeah, so do we know a date yet?
I messaged her the other day, she's like, I haven't confirmed it
Yeah,
with,
okay.
she's like, I'm trying for the Dublin Rec Center, it's not confirmed yet, so I haven't released, I don't know the date yet.
Okay.
But I think it sounds likely, so I think we'll just put all the Harmony plants
Yeah.
on clearance
Or maybe-
there.
Or maybe do a couple of the indoor ones over the winter to move some stuff out too.
Yeah, I mean, I just
I know.
kind of like to like get rid of a bunch in October and not have to do it over winter at all.
I have, a pop-up I'm doing next week and,
You
so
are
I can
welcome to
take
take
some
those,
and sell them there.
the 2 Harmony trays I have.
Okay.
They're looking, I don't know, the cans just kind of, some reason, I guess it's because like they flower so much and they're maybe putting all their energy into flowering instead of the
It
leaves.
could be, but remember Nick Baker saying that they weren't happy with the Harmony canes because they couldn't grow them out back last year.
I thought it was because they got them like, because they're like barely rooted like mine, but like, I don't know if it's just like they're breeding and like they just kind of got
I
like.
don't know if it was him or the guy that retired was telling me that they didn't want
No, I
to.
remember Nick saying something like, I don't know if it was growing out, but like they just weren't happy, like they were
or
They were coming in like
probably-
too small and like barely rooted, and like we had to grow them out for another 3 months in our greenhouse before they
But
were
I
full
think
size.
that's, because I've even noticed with a couple I've had last year,
Yeah,
they're cold with lots of flowers and blooms, but they don't go anywhere. They
Yeah.
haven't gotten a lot bigger, they haven't branched out a lot, they just haven't done anything.
yeah, so I'm kind of like, I mean, if we order, I think, like, I mean, those Forage Rexes and Rhizomatous, I think were a good value.
Yeah,
Like, so if we order from next year, like, we just stick with
maybe just
the
get those.
Rex and Rhizomatous, because they're even cheaper, and there's more variety in them.
Yeah,
And like,
or maybe just very.
I'm kind of over their canes, because there's not a, they all kind of look the same.
Yeah,
Um,
okay.
okay, did that, okay, let me update these notes, okay. So I think we're gonna sit out the orchid show, just because that's
Okay,
too many,
that's fine.
because that's like 2.5 days, we would need more. With the pop-up, it's one day, and just Janelle and I can do it.
Yeah, we actually will have to work on a
Um,
tent, or maybe not even tables. Sometimes they supply
I-
tables.
For the, I think Dublin Rex, I think they supply the tables.
Yeah, so that's actually a little easier to.
Um, okay. Anything else come? Okay, you gotta pop up, you're gonna take that. Sweet. If you don't sell them, you gotta keep them.
Yeah. Oh,
Wait, if you don't, if you don't sell them, would like daily?
no, I'll be.
Oh,
able to
well,
sell
I don't know when the pop-up is, because I'm like, well, oh no, you would bring them back
Yeah.
possibly September meeting.
No, I'll definitely be able to sell them. People really, really like the goings up there.
I mean, if you can sell those canes for at least 10,
Yeah,
okay.
I did 10 last time.
And then there's still a few species in there, so I think with the Rhizomatous, I think the species you can sell more. I mean, you decide. I'll let you know what the costs were, but I'm at the point where I'm like, let's just sell
There's some big problem. You keep these outside or inside?
them. Those are out. These are all outside. Everything. So some of them do have some spots from like water damage from just like maybe sitting on them too long in the sun or something. But otherwise- Yeah, I just feel like they're just putting so much energy into flowers, like they're just kind of like, they're not doing much else. So even this guy's been outside, picking out, and it's flowering now. These are just water spots.
Yeah.
Because it hangs off it's on like a shelf sitting outside in the shade, but like this front part like hangs off a little, so like from watering and stuff above it, it drips down and there's just some water that goes out.
It's so different. This guy's one step and he's throwing these giant leaves off of it.
It can get very.
Well, it's not giant, but compared, sorry.
So there's actually 3 of those, so.
Yeah, I've never been able to grow them up. And this Oniana, they always die. How it knows it for me.
Well, yeah, that's why when I have this used Vivo Sun Grow tent, which I have not put up, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna put it up in the basement this year, so I can put every powdery mildew,
Plant in there.
get them in early, like in September before the powdery mildew starts going off in my yard.
Mine just started.
Knock on wood, I haven't, only my panties have it, but. Well, I mean, I'll do my kind of, show and tell since.
Yeah.
I brought in mostly, I really like the South American cane species. So not all of these actually are. But most of these are. So this one is one of my favorites, Ledermanii, which has been, and this is from the Fort Worth Begonia Bank, so I know for sure it is. If you look up Ledermanii online, it's a lot of times you'll see a completely different looking plant. It's because it got mislabeled at some point, so it's circulating, which is, I gotta look it up. It's another South American cane species, and I've been trying to get it from, I know Fort Worth has it, but
And that's a species.
This is a species Leathermanii. So as you can tell, it does kind of have these thick leathery leaves, and it kind of gets these cool, this silvery streaks.
I have something like that, except it's black. It's a black leaf instead of that color. And it's a rhizome.
Black.
Yeah, it's weird. I don't think I have one today, but I was gonna bring it.
And then another Lubricii, which can get a little bit, this one has really big white flowers, and they're very scented. You can smell them, so that's nice. And then actually, this one's a hybrid, or this one's called, so this is not a species, but this is a parent. Mickelson's Lubricii. What I found out is Mickelson was actually the greenhouse owner here in Ohio back in like the 50s or 70s, so I think this is his hybrid. And I have had this flower before, and I did get the similar big white scented flowers as Lubricii. So as you can tell, has somewhat similar leaves. I don't know what the other parent of this is. I do have some rooted ones in there for sale if anyone I'm gonna cheap. Another one of my favorite canes, and this is technically a thick stem begonia, is Woolnii. And this one's also from the Fort Worth. Actually, most of these are from Fort Worth. So it doesn't really get a codex, like some of the codex ones, it's just like really thick stem, like this is all the new growth, basal growth that's come up this year.
Really blend though.
I think so, yeah. Yeah, because I had separated this spring and some fruited, some cuttings. I think this blooms in winter. I have not, maybe my first year, because I got it in fall, so it was already sorted. I know my friend in Texas, she had a big greenhouse in her backyard, and she had a heater in there in winter, and hers would always, she said, bloom in winter. So I'm gonna maybe try putting it in my basement, seeing if cooler temperatures and shorter light periods will trigger it to bloom this winter.
One just like that, except it's because of black leaf instead of that.
It might be
It's a
Ludwigii. Is it Ludwigii maybe?
Maybe. I actually have some cuttings over there from it. I think one has some leaves now.
So this is a Tannifolia, they're South American species, similar to a Contifolia, which I just have this smaller rooted cutting. But you can see, like, I mean, this one's almost kind of semi-convex forming because it kind of, it bulges out of the base there.
Yeah, I got to leave that. This one is really big now.
A Contifolia is more common, you see, which is a cutting, so I think it's supposed to give it similar stem. This is another one. This is Begonia lunaris. This is nice orange leaves. I think there's like a green form, and I think this is the dark bronzer form of the leaf. So this one bloomed last year in summer, blooming again this summer outside. I tried to make seeds, but the seeds have not sprouted. Like I planted last year's seeds earlier this year, they have not sprouted. So I will try. Here's a luxurians. This was from our cuttings from Dallas Fort Worth last year. No, these are just fuzzy. Like I had these under like right under grow light, and like that seemed to encourage this really long internode growth. So I put it in a little bit, like I did the shelf down because it's a little bit lower light, so hopefully it doesn't get all leggy like this. This I didn't look up if this is South American. This is Perdocini, which I think is also from our cutting package last.
Oh, that's okay.
And mine's flowering right. I just brought it in because it's flowering right now.
I've been looking for what that was forever.
Because it's got the fuzzy.
Yeah, but mine hangs down like it just drips down.
Yeah, mine too. It gets,
Let me just take a picture.
in fact, I just put the name of that
I've
too.
I wanted to sell it because I had cuttings, but I didn't know what the name was.
I didn't either. Somehow I lost the
Maybe
name.
your plants when you get those.
There was a lot going on this winter.
This is Begonia Gideon. We saw one of its parents at the ornamental plant German. It was the parent's Lydia, I think, which is the species. It is a thick stem when it gets bigger. This was some cuttings I took this spring. This was, okay, so I have to look it up. She's she's done a lot of begonia hybrids for the past like 40 years. The cool thing is, this is the only one that actually likes a few hours of direct sun, and it needs it to get this variegation it gets in its leaves. And the interesting thing is, they will not get this variegation under grow lights, I noticed, so it kind of just, like, these leaves will stay variegated in winter, but like any new growth like I have in winter with grow lights, it's just gonna be really green leaves. And then try to put it outside as early as I can in the spring and like 4 hours of full sun, so that all the new growth will get variegated like that. And then these are not South American species, but some of my more unique ones I have. This one's a hybrid cultivar, President Carnot. I believe it's pretty old. I believe it was created in that's a little big burn, somewhere, in the early 1900s, because it's named after, President Carnot was a French president who I believe was president in the early 1900s, so they named it after him. But I kind of like, it's somewhat similar to the Lebanon. It has those really thick leaves, and it gets some of that, it doesn't get the streaks, but it has some of that silver speckling. So it's just, because this was from the Dallas Fort Worth, so it's like not something that's, the true heirloom king begonia that you don't see. And this last one is a species, Mahjong Baensis, which is from China. It's a Chinese king species, which you don't really see. I cut it back this spring, so this is all full growth because it got really young.
Yeah.
So, I think I have had it bloom before outside, but
Do you have a lot of conforms?
no, I mean, I do have some Dragies, which are the true coniforms, and then the next closest, I think, would be that Tenifolia. And I think this is so old, I mean, it's,
Yeah.
I think this is just more of a thick stem, like this, where it gets like thick, but there's not like a noticeable like bulb base or whatever. I think a Pontifolia is supposed to be, but since this is from a cutting, this one may not, but if it has any new basal growth, those
I
things should.
have learned a couple of those that got really tall, and I took it and like this big. I tried splitting it up, and I had thrown some in the compost pile and had a baby come out.
So, I mean, that's one, I mean, the harmony ones, we're wheeling and dealing these guys. And then these are a lot of these are actually cuttings or brood cuttings of these guys. I was thinking, if it only has like one cutting stem in there, $5, there's two, $8, there's three brood cuttings of $10. And like, I'll just donate them all to the branch to almost a dirty garden area. And this is my Conchifolia, which was but it had one of the rhizome chunks just fell off like a couple weeks ago. I think a squirrel knocked it off, so I'm trying to root that. I don't know, so this is what I can say. I've done it. I just kept it in the same pot. And then I also did spray my seeds that sprouted from last meeting too.
I've got some that only have like 2 or 3 little.
Yeah, mine are like,
But I have one that I got a ton popping up. Now I don't have
So,
to do with
only 4 of the 6 species have sprouted. There's 2 at home that I have not. So,
yeah,
this is Deliciosa. So this was all with the Chromex HP and then a little over mix on top. The U503 a few Wadenensis and Rhinoformis. And these have all just been in that south facing windowsill. There's like a window film, so it's not like super strong light, but it's like diffused bright light. So that's kind of why they're all moving towards, like, they're facing up, and they're like, they're on
This one, they're actually getting pretty big now, but there's a whole bunch clumped together, so I'm like, what do I do with them now?
And I'm like, oh, it didn't, I'm like, I guess I only got it, this was one of maybe I had a couple seeds of, I'm like, I guess I didn't scatter these seeds. Yes, another thing are, You're like, I thought I scheduled them on there, but it's all up on one side.
But I think, was it this one that, like, a week later, they're popping up?
I didn't check on them until like a week ago, the
Right.
first time, so.
And then, the new one, I think these were next. And then, maybe this one just got actually a little bit popping up, but I have them in the egg thing, cooler, because it's
Yeah,
trying to see how.
yeah, I got some of mine just sprouting, that's because I didn't have them on any type of heat, so they were just on the grow lights, so that kind of stunted them.
What you got?
I have, this is going Metallica.
Oh, wow.
This is actually really my terrarium, which is why it's kind of droopy now. I needed to move it out of there because I broke off the top of it.
It's so strong, it's not even like,
It looks completely, I guess,
Like, I thought it was
because
safe
mine
at
is
first.
compact, but I.
yeah, I've seen more like a better bushier.
Yeah, yeah.
So this is the part that broke off that one. I don't remember where it broke off.
Actually, I kind of like it because the leaves are.
Oh, is this like
Vibrant.
Yeah, so it's because it was so tall, I
it's
got
getting
rid of
rid
that.
of
Yeah.
Oh, it's getting a little flower in there too.
Is that, oh yeah, those are flowers.
Flowers,
Yeah, so
Oh, you
this is
did
the
not
part.
work on, oh, wow.
Oh, transporting it here.
when I was taking it out of the river,
How close
Oh,
are,
look at the flowers.
so I don't
how
know.
close are your, like, it's just an open top,
It's maybe,
but you don't,
yeah, it's like this tall and 6 feet wide.
your terrarium? Oh, it's like a
It's a,
saltwater tank or something?
no, it's a, what is that called? Hutch.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like the top.
Oh, you've converted a furniture hutch into a
Yeah.
terrarium.
Oh, like one of those glass cabinet kind of things or whatever.
Yeah, but it is actually the one that you sit on top of,
Okay.
like a dresser.
Okay.
So, I think it fits in here, so this is
Oh,
going
wow.
up here. And it
Well, I
has-
really like the blooms, isn't that so?
Yeah, I like those out of like,
Oh,
let's
they
see, right.
got little fuzz on them. How cute.
So I need to look it up, but it does.
I guess I need to quit cutting mine back, because I kind of like that, it just, you get more, at least I think you get a little more vibrancy, or maybe because you got an temporary, maybe that's why.
Yeah, so like down here, you see like a lot, like less green, and then it gets more green here, but then it starts to burn up here. The lights are probably maybe this far away from here.
Okay.
And if any of you all would like clinics of this or this,
Oh, yeah.
you're welcome to. I don't have anything to do with this, I'm just gonna cut it up, so, but I don't really care that much.
Yeah, well, that's cool. Yeah, because I don't take it. And I'll bring someone back. So there you go. Cool. Always like to get goodies.
Yeah, the gold and the top.
That's gorgeous.
Thank you. This is the challenge one, 074. I actually just took it out of my work, that same terrarium this today.
Okay.
But it didn't really go into blooms. The one that I have, that I kept in this for a long term, that one does have a bloom or two,
Yeah.
but it stays pretty small, so.
Yeah, mine went like crazy.
yeah.
And in fact, I have one that I don't have, it's outside, but it's
Oh.
still going, I'm kind of surprised it wasn't dried out like some.
Now, does your terrarium, do you keep things in pots or is it just like a floor?
Do you ever put up this much?
I've seen where people have put online where they'll buy stuff like go to the thrift store or something, but I've never tried it.
Yeah, I like an Elso cabinet, that's molded.
Yeah, there's somebody
But I
I
know-
know that took a wooden hutch and used that latex stuff.
Oh.
Yeah, to waterproof it all.
Mine is not sealed or waterproof.
Like it has like glass
Yeah.
doors.
Oh, nice.
You know what, my mom back in the day used to have one that she had like the Yeah, trying to, I guess.
Oh, that's like a trying to push that goes
Yeah,
on top of
trying to
like,
Yeah.
yeah,
and like
Yeah.
dining room or
Yeah.
something on top of the buffet.
yeah. Cause the doors open like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like the one my
So
friend has.
this year, you would say like maybe keep 70% humidity or something?
It honestly keeps its own humidity.
Or like what, or not like 100, it's not 100% humid.
It stays about 70 degrees and 70% humidity. Just I don't do anything other than the light shut
Yeah, do you
on.
have to sit on a table or do you have it on the floor?
It's on the floor.
It's on the floor.
Yeah. Yeah. Let me see, because I also monitor the temperature at the temperature thing. So it's I guess right now. What I do is at the bottom of the Ivy sensor and at the top of the Ivy sensor. So at the bottom, it's 73 degrees and 99% humidity. That's like on the ground. And at the top, it's 82 degrees and 82% humidity. So it's just a lot more humid, a lot more warm at the top.
But you didn't seal it or anything?
No, it just,
You guys are pretty good, so, cause like the mills though, there's like a gap between
Yeah.
the doors, so I think mine, it's maybe like around 70% humidity, but it seems to heat up a lot in there just from the grow lights.
Yeah.
Cause I have water stuff frequently, cause it's,
I have a couple that I have like stuff in.
that's why I get a lot of people will seal it, cause there's a big
yeah,
gap between the doors.
actually, this one, the reason it's in this is because the roots grew out of the bottom and it started sticking to the sphagnum moss and soil that I had. So it was just growing wide too. So I just stuck it inside this, so it has something in there. This one is Postulata, which,
I used the one I gave you.
yes, that's that one.
I'm surprised yours,
That was also in there.
well, I'm surprised it's doing on this high humidity bowl, cause mine did not like,
Well, I just listened to it.
oh, okay,
I-
cause mine, like, if there's moisture on the leaves, it just like
Now,
melts.
Where did you get the bowls at again? Did you order?
No. Oh, I'm sorry. These I got online, yes.
Okay, like
the
Amazon or
shop
something?
supply.
Oh, restaurant supply, okay.
I think you can sometimes find it at GFS.
Okay, the only reason I ask is our chat, you know, when we did the little terrariums with one of these and well, it's actually doing great.
Yeah.
I mean, it's really.
Yeah, I saw one, I just checked on like it's reaching the lid, I'm like,
I,
oh,
well,
that
I haven't done anything with it. I was like, oh, I think I'll leave it alone, but I thought I could maybe do a couple more.
Just a contact order.
That's
So-
a challenge.
So that's great, you keep yours in high humidity, mine's
Well-
outside.
This was actually in that same pot. Well, I put both of these in today.
Okay,
This I kept in the same pot, but it was in the same terrarium as that.
okay.
So it was just on one of the shelves. Which is why it's a little leggy because that would actually block a lot of the light from below it. Also I have like an infrared light in there, so that also makes it a little leggy, but it seems to be doing all right.
The color's so good.
This one is, oh, this is the fixed one that I was talking about.
So this one is similar, but,
Yeah,
well, we can't see.
yeah, they haven't really grown up.
But this is a rhizomatous, you said?
No.
It's a cane?
Yeah, it's a fixed down cane.
Oh, wow.
But you don't know the
I don't remember. I think I have a label, I just
It's
don't
got it's
remember.
pumping out and it's where it's gone.
Yeah, that's been in there for maybe 3 months. I meant to take a picture of it, but I guess I did actually do it.
Can't get over how thick they were.
So yeah, that one, that actually was living there. This one I actually need, I don't know what this is.
That's the one that's called Grape. That's not his real name, but that's like, I think I know.
So I just broke off on one of my things and I just took
And
copies of it.
and it like grows like a weed kind of.
Begonia reniformis.
Is that what that is? Okay.
Because I know it's like the nickname's Greek leaf begonia, so it's like
Okay.
Greek leaf, and it's reniformis, which gets big and like has those sticks.
Yeah. Yeah, no, they're pretty tall. I already took cuttings and get more cuttings. So if you'll like any, feel free. So this is actually one of the
top growth sections. And I just had them sitting in a cup of water, to let them root a little bit, before I actually pot them up.
Does anybody here use the warding process?
I have one, it was actually I got it used, but I finally figured out where it came from. It was from Target from a couple years ago. So it's like that, it comes on a stand.
Because I have 2 of them, and I'm thinking about getting rid of one of them.
And I also have a small one else from Walmart.
These are vintage, so
I'm gonna be
they're about yay big, wide, yay this way, and they're about that big. They've got metal stands, they sit on them. Now, the lady I got them from, I paid like 50, I think, for both. But I don't wanna they need work. Some of the metal needs re-welded, and some of the glass needs a little, reinforcement or something. And the stand, they're sturdy, they're not gonna fall on you, but you can see where the joints have popped.
do they come off the stand?
Yeah, they come off the stand.
So the stand by themselves is solid, sturdy, it's just the actual.
Well, the
board.
stand itself, one of them has some of the joints have popped,
Okay.
where the welds have come in.
I mean, I'd be interested
And
in
they just need to,
checking it out.
yeah, they're buried in my garage right now. Because I got them when we first moved into the house, thinking I would be able to use more of the house for my plants. And I'm not going to be able to use most of the house. I have to keep everything in the solarium. So I now have these things where I'm not gonna
We
use
have a
them.
collection of aquariums out in my garage, I'm I'm gonna build those out.
Yeah, well, I've got little tiny
Sure,
things.
let me take on some more boarding cases that need work.
And
Yeah.
actually, it sounds kind of cool if you don't, I'd be interested.
Okay, well, I'll find them out in the garage and I'll take pictures and stuff and
Yeah.
send them out to people because they're just collecting dust and I only really I want them, but I don't know if I'm ever gonna use them. And sitting out in my garage, it's not gonna do me any good.
What's that?
So, I broke this off, this is a dry garage,
Okay.
but actually fairly large leaves, for that. So this is up for grabs also. I broke this off when I was getting that plant out. That broke off quite a few pieces.
I have that, because I've got a couple, and then they tend to, seems like get the mildew,
I haven't gotten mildew.
but,
Don't, but if they have a thick enough stem, they'll come back.
well, and that's the thing, I usually cut them back, and if they come back, I think this.
Actually, no, I haven't gotten
This, but the one I have has the little spots, so I can stick them right in.
Yeah.
This one.
I had that one also, but
Yeah.
this one was in my trailer.
Oh,
So
okay.
it was this, folios.
Yeah, oh, yeah. Take one of these guys. I got the other one, and then I have,
Reniformis. R-E. Reniformis.
I'm looking for my notes out.
What is vidifolia? I mean, Google Reniformis, but I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
that's it.
I
So I guess there's another, well, there's another one that looks like grape leaves, but it kind of tends to hang down. It kind of falls over and hangs, but yours is more upright.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Yeah, so I think the Reniformis is upright. Native to Central
Yeah, I seem to have a lot of.
Reach 5 feet tall.
Oh, it's definitely 5 feet tall. Yeah, it started getting too close to the light, and then I think one day, I don't know what happened, it just fell. So yeah, that's it for me. Just, all of these came out of that same big terrarium. Yeah, this is actually at the bottom of the frame, so it's getting almost nobody.
Yeah, I think mine in my bin in the past, it's like bottom, like I have open shelving, so they're all in individual containers or tubs. There's like a light on the top 2 shelves, but the bottom shelf doesn't have its own light, it's just getting whatever light kind of filters down.
Yeah.
And it does fine like that.
Yeah, it was going really slow for a while, but I think that's just because I wasn't watering it enough during the winter. Anybody else?
We all determined mine was not a reunion. It's a
So that mini one, like it's pretty desirable. I've seen a lot of people on Facebook terrarium groups looking for it, not people. So if you can grow it out, then you probably get it.
We'll see. It's currently living on my kitchen window. It's sitting inside of another pot. Or sitting on top of a pot of neon pothos that it's technically Vicky's, but she doesn't take care of it. So Vicky has a lot of plants that I really need to like tell her either you turn them over to me or you yourself take care of them. Because she likes plants, she likes looking at plants, she likes learning about plants, but she doesn't have the
Follow through.
The follow through is the proper thing. It's like my follow through is barely enough to keep my crap alive.
Somebody else's, yeah.
And rather than, yeah. So. But yeah, if my little jewel orchid terrarium thing is a success, then my winter project is to turn my other little terrarium things, seal them up, and then I'll be looking for miniature things I can put in them.
Hey, Janelle, if you're looking for a big bowl that's cheapest, I did find the one that Nancy was talking about at Walmart. The big glass fish bowl, they're like $13.
Okay, I think I saw.
They're back in like the craft supply aisle with like the faux flowers.
Okay.
There's like a section of vases, it's on the bottom shelf below the vases.
So I think I saw one the other day, they have one, and I had to.
Yeah, the place I went to had one too.
Pretty good size,
It's- Yeah, it's like,
Yeah,
it does have a big opening, so you would have to like find maybe a clear glass plate to set on top of it, or just saran wrap. If you want to go ahead and, but it's huge. Cause I was
pretty good
there
size.
somewhere else, I saw some bigger plastic bowls, but then I'm like, well, if I get 2 of those, cause Walmart had like some, in their party supply aisle, like big plastic
Mhm.
serving, like punch, they're called punch bowls. But they were like $7 each, so I'm like, or $8, $7.50 each, so if you got 2, that's like $15, but they didn't even have a rim on, so there's nothing to kind of,
Oh,
the top one to rest on, to
Flip
put
it
them
or
together.
anything.
I'm like, well, the giant fish bowls, $1 cheaper.
Yeah.
And it's.
And it's
prettier.
Do the apothecary jars make halfway decent?
Some taller ones, like at Home Goods sometimes,
Mhm.
and like they come with the glass. So I have done those in the past. I mean, I just find like sometimes those glass with like almost those. Some of my begonias, they like a little airflow, so I like
Mhm.
having a crack or some air holes in it. Some, like are
Yeah.
fine being kind of totally sealed and they can withstand some condensation on the walls. Some don't